There are so many things that I wish I knew in my 20s. Skincare is one of them. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Selena, and today we are talking about the best skincare tips that I wish I would have known in my 20s. Disclaimer, I want to acknowledge that aging is a beautiful thing. This is not an anti-aging video, but I do think it's great to preserve the beauty you have now and take care of your health, especially taking care of your skin. I also want to acknowledge genetics play a part in how your skin reacts, what kind of skin you have. I have sensitive skin, but I do think my tips today will still apply to you. I also don't wear makeup on a daily basis. I did get my makeup done one time professionally, and she said, "You don't wear makeup a lot, do you?" And I was like, not really, why? And she says, "I can just tell." So I don't know what that means. If I do wear makeup, typically it is mascara or something on my lips, but just wanted to throw that out there. And I am not a skincare professional. Definitely consult someone who is a skincare professional. I love going to the dermatologist, so go to your dermatologist, okay? They will take care of you. All right, number one, and this is something that I really wish I would have known, wash your face every single night. Just do it, no matter how tired you are, even if you're worried that it will wake you up, because I have sleeping issues, and even though I'm like, I don't want to put cold water on my face or have something wake me up, just do it. You go through your whole day, you might be sweating, you might still have makeup or lotion or sunscreen on your face still, and you do need to wash that off. Let your skin breathe. Really just wash off the entire day, especially if you go outside. It's the same thing with flossing. Yes, it might be annoying. It might take an extra few more minutes in your night routine. That's not related to skincare, but still, that's also just another thing that you want to make sure you're doing every day if you can. I do realize every day is not perfect, but that is number one for me. I really wish I would have done that. Sunscreen. Sunscreen. But you always want to put sunscreen on. You also want to apply sunscreen every 2 hours. Every 2 hours. I know it sounds crazy, but yes, you do. The sun, unfortunately, is very damaging to your skin. Even when you don't think that the sun is very strong that day or it's a high UV, you really want to put sunscreen on, rain or shine. That is always emphasized by dermatologists, and that is always emphasized by skincare professionals. For sensitive skin, mineral sunscreen is a little bit more gentle, so if you want to aim for those, you can. My dermatologist told me that an SPF of 30 is recommended at minimum for your face, and so if you do mineral, you can. If you don't do mineral, you can do that, but just really aim for an SPF of at least 30. I will do a separate video of the best sunscreens that I found that do not have a white cast, but what comes to mind right now is Good Molecules. That is pretty cost efficient. It's about $10 and you can find it at Ulta. So go ahead and check them out there, or you can directly buy it from Good Molecules website. And of course, Korean sunscreen and skincare products. Beauty of Joseon, that one is really good. I actually ordered that on StyleVana.com. If you have a Korean skincare website that you also recommend, please let me know in the comment section down below. I'm always looking for recommendations, and I did try StyleVana, but I'd be open to trying other ones. I would still order from StyleVana again. It did take 2 months, so something to think about. If you're ordering from there and you live in the US like I do, just keep in mind that you may not get those products as timely as you would ordering from a different website, just depending on your location. Number 3, bring all of your skincare products down. So what I mean by that, if you are putting on sunscreen, you're washing your face, you're putting on lotion, you want to bring it down to your neck. And also maybe your arms. Your neck shows the first signs of aging. If you can take care of your neck too, that's great. It's kind of like when you're doing makeup, you want to match your foundation color to your face and to your neck. So the more that you can utilize more of that product, the better. Number 4, retinol. You've probably heard of this already, but having some sort of retinol regularly can help. Of course, definitely consult with your dermatologist, your provider, but it has really changed the way that my skin cells turn over, especially if I get a pimple and then I put my retinol on and then the next day it's gone. I would highly recommend talking to your provider about that. Just a tip, sometimes people won't prescribe that. I know someone in her 40s and she asked for a retinol from her dermatologist, and her dermatologist said, "I can't prescribe that for you by just asking for it. I need some sort of reason." So the person I'm talking about said, "Oh, I just have wrinkles and hyperpigmentation or whatever." And so giving her a reason allowed for the provider to prescribe that. I'm not saying do that. This is not medical advice, but something to think about too. You can't just straight up say, "Hey, I want retinoid because I don't want to age." No. And you can't do that with other prescriptions too. You can't just be like, hey, I want this antibiotic. Hey, I want this specific cream because I have this weird rash. No, your provider has to assess your situation and prescribe what they need to do. But just something to note there. I've also heard of people just straight up asking their doctor, hey, I'd like this, and then they do it. So again, consult with your doctor. And as you consult with your doctor, something to note, they may recommend for you to start with a less strong prescription. So the retinoid that I use is tretinoin, and a lot of people start out with 0.025% strength. Some people progress to 0.05% strength. It really just depends, but it is strong. So when you're doing the retinoid regularly, which people recommend 1 to 2 times a week, or maybe even just once a week, depending on your situation and your skin, because if you have sensitive skin, you would really have to build up to a certain tolerance, and really just doing 1 time a week is recommended from people, but that is something to note. Number 5, unscented products, especially with lotions. Really, this is just more gentle, and if something has some sort of scent, for me, it has caused irritation, and you definitely don't want to put scented things on your face. With your body, I guess that's pretty much up to you. I've noticed for me that I get more moisturized when I put unscented lotions and products on my body. Some products that I really like are Cetaphil, how do you pronounce that? CeraVe, those are great. And for my face, I've recently discovered that Vanicream is very moisturizing. So just going back to the retinoid, that does make you a bit more sensitive to the sun. Using sunscreen is really important for that as well, but also a really hydrating moisturizer. It took me a while to find Vanicream. You're welcome. I'm just kidding. But yeah, Vanicream, that's sold at Kroger. I've also found it at like Walmart. So thankfully it's pretty affordable compared to other products. Exfoliating your face and your body. This is something that I'm kind of newer to the past 3 years or so. And this also helps if you don't want to do a retinoid, but it really is important that you do like a chemical exfoliant. I use this one from Paula's Choice, and since I do have sensitive skin, I kind of keep it on the lower side, about 1 time a week, 1 to 2 times a week, but often people do 2 to 3 times a week. That's up to you, especially with your skin type. Same thing with your body. So exfoliating your body 2 to 3 times a week can be recommended, but if you have sensitive skin, keeping it more minimal. And of course, you do build a tolerance, so just paying attention to your body and your skin and how your skin is reacting to this new routine, that can be helpful as well. I highly recommend investing in loofah. Even though I said investing, they're pretty cost efficient, but hey, things are expensive. I've seen people use loofahs or even an African net sponge. I want to save up for that, or even that Korean exfoliant sleeve or rag or mitten. And then lastly, I kind of already said this already, but go ahead and consult your dermatologist. Go seek a professional. Sometimes we waste money. I don't want to say diagnosing ourselves, but sometimes we waste money just buying different products and testing them when it's really good to seek professional guidance and recommendations. Like for me, I get hyperpigmentation, and that's pretty common as a person of color. I spent so much money trying to brighten up my marks with different products, and when I actually saw a dermatologist for this, she was like, hey, that's actually not doing anything. Let's try this. Don't waste your money doing that. Go seek guidance. Honestly, insurance, if you have it, has really helped. So even if it's just 1 time that you see your dermatologist, I highly recommend it. All right, y'all, that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any skincare tips, please share them in the comment section down below. Again, I'm always looking for recommendations, and we learn from each other in this space. So if you have a tip for your skin that you feel changed your life, especially in your 20s, let us know. Like, share, subscribe. If you don't, I just appreciate you being here, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.